Appalachian ladies, sing me a song.
I get off on a natural high and we leave the whole world alone. Don't tell me that you love me, just love me tonight. Tomorrow I'll be on my way and everything will be all right. So here we are. I feel like last week we were all over the place and just talked about everything from Friends but today I want to talk about your music.
Okay.
My favorite thing. This music feels like it's more of like a raw chapter where you're going through something emotionally. No, seriously. Because this album it's so good. And everybody knows Don't Put It All On Me is like my all-time favorite song that you've ever done. And not just because Brazen wrote it. I mean, it really is truly just one of the greatest songs. And last night you were playing me music and I'm so obsessed with this record.
Thanks, Mom.
I mean, really.
Thanks,
it is
Mama.
like truly a masterpiece.
Thanks,
And
Mama.
if she doesn't get a Grammy, I may go off because she freaking deserves it. And the Grammys need to wake up and start putting great music on again and giving artists that deserve these awards the award. That's how I feel. I'm sorry. You are a Grammy winning artist and somebody needs to say it. So it's going to be me. Anyway. So, were you walking through something emotional when you?
Absolutely.
I feel like that's always the case.
It's a lot of the case. I feel like this was just like the album is really just an album full of storytelling and a lot of stories and themes of nostalgic moments or like bitter nostalgia, sad nostalgia. And I have a lot of these characters that are inspired by people in my life, whether that's been current relationships, past relationships, my family, and just people who are important to me or have served some substantial great purpose in my life, whether that's been for good or for bad or for with heartache or loss. So it kind of touches on a lot of the themes that kind of my last record touched on, and I think a lot of a younger perspective. I started writing that last record from, I have the first song I ever wrote unfinished on there all the way to songs that I finished, like I Burned LA Down, that was finished a few months before the album went into mastering. And so like I touched on these themes of loss and growth and growing up, and now I'm engaged and I feel a very big difference from my 21-year-old, 22-year-old self, from being 25 years old and engaged and have moved 3 times on my own since I moved out of your house as a kid. And I've had so much change, and we've experienced loss and we've experienced heartbreak, but we've also experienced, really hopeful times. And one of the most hopeful times in my life was meeting my fiance. The life and purpose that it showed me, like, oh, this does bring me purpose. I will have the chance to one day be an amazing mom. And like, this person is able to give me that, and I'm able to give them that. And that's such a beautiful thing. And I really have hope for the future. And I want to be the best version of myself so I can make an amazing little human one day. I'm not getting pregnant. I'm not pregnant. This is literally just like bread, Jersey Mike's way. Like, don't even start. Okay. I'll tell you if I'm freaking pregnant.
Seriously.
I will.
I trust me. I say every day, like, when are we having a baby?
No. I will tell you.
I can't wait. You're going to be the best mom. But anyway,
thanks, Mom.
go
Because of you. You were the greatest example. And you know what? Riding horses, I grew up with a lot of great moms.
You did.
Yeah. I grew up in a barn where divorce really started to trend.
It really did.
So I grew up with a lot of great female influences. And with that, I also learned, like, their mistakes and things that they should have or could have or would have done different. And those are all things that I put into perspective. I also put into perspective, this is not in line with the album talk or whatever, but like, this is your first time being a parent. It's everybody's first time just like doing this thing. And like mistakes are just mistakes. Like, you know?
It's so crazy we don't have to take a class or like something to help us really through, like, especially when you first become a mom. Like, it's like pretty overwhelming. Like, you are responsible for a life. And it really is scary.
Haven't done it again.
You're going to be so good at it.
But yeah, got a little sidetracked from the album talk just because it gets me, you know, this album gets me into so much deeper of a thought rather than just like this album and touching on things in the past. Like as much as this album is about the past, it's also in a way like a hope for future and this renewal and restart of life with this hopeful and happy to be here perspective.
Yeah. For your mom, I've seen so much growth. Like you said, like working on yourself and trying to be the best version of yourself that you can be for your relationship and for yourself and for your friends. I love it that I've seen you work on yourself so much. It's crazy.
So have you.
I know.
You got yourself through such a hard time and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, honey.
Like,
I mean,
you did that.
No, not by myself.
But you are the one that does the work. And that's why I was telling you, like, you did do it yourself because, like, I didn't get the anxiety out of you. I was just there to, like, be there for you.
Yeah.
But it's you that gets yourself out of that. It's not anybody else. So that's something to really be proud of yourself for.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm so proud of you because you did that.
Thank you.
And there were times that, like, we really didn't know what to do.
I know.
And as a daughter, I'm more than grateful and blessed that my mom is sitting next to me really happy and healthy and doing okay because that is the number one priority in my world.
I know.
You know that?
I love you.
Oh, I love you.
It was a crazy period, but here we are.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I got my pen.
Mom! Are you fucking for real?
Let me see. Okay, it's better.
Oh my God. Yesterday, we were taking these promo freaking videos, and Mom and I had our cheeks pressed up together, and I looked after, and I was like, wait, was my contour like this fucked up the entire time? Like, Mom, why is my face yellow? She's like, oh, that's just my foundation. I like... Get some powder or something.
I'm too old for powder. But
okay,
we're gonna keep moving.
We need to find her a less thick foundation.
It is thick.
I'm
obsessed with it. Cosmetic.
It's like full coverage.
It is full coverage.
And on me, it is like not orange.
No, yellow.
It's yellow.
It's insane.
Wait, that is crazy.
It really is.
Wow.
Okay. Do you feel like your sound is evolving with your healing? What's different about this version of you?
This album definitely is like the furthest from anything that I've done. I feel like the last records have all been like extensions of one another and just like representations of growth in my songwriting, and a lot of that production was still like minor pop production and kind of like singer-songwriter pop, which was a very common thing going around the time when I had put out July and the end of everything. And that was also like kind of an extension of my EP Good Cry. Good Cry was a lot more pop. But Good Cry to me was like a collection of songs that I really, really was proud of and I did love. And I think was good for me in my age. Like I hadn't really tapped in or even knew when I was fighting, I want my own vision. I want my own vision. Like I was still a little lost on what that is, but like that was still, I guess, me at the time. But like with the end of everything, and then the hardest part was kind of an extension of that end of everything with this slight pop country-esque influence.
Yeah.
And this next record that I'm working on and just starting to like sprinkle out these singles is that it's this much more true Americana folk um sort of indie country approach. It's kind of a mix of a lot of genres, which is what I love so much about country music right now. The genre is so much more open, and you have artists like Orville Peck, who does have a much dreamier kind of, I don't know, this sort of modern approach to country, but it's also so classic and true to the genre itself, like the original early days of country music, like Johnny Cash and Chris Christopherson and Willie and all of those amazing greats. Like Orville has all of those, but he also has this really cool new modern approach that is so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is kind of one of those records where like I'm pulling influence from my Americana influences of Fleet Foxes and My Morning Jacket and Band of Horses and that kind of nostalgic era of that type of music. Also, Bill Callahan is like the king of that. Someone called him an indie folk darling the other day, and I just thought that was so funny because if you knew Bill, like calling him a darling is so hilarious. Yeah, I have all these also. I'm not even going to spill the beans yet, but like I have such amazing country artists that have been in the genre, and to go to Nashville and spend that time with those artists was so important to me, to not just like say I'm going back to my roots and that be metaphorically. Like I wanted to literally go back there and get inspired and be with the artists that inspired this genre and inspire the fans of this genre and work together with them. And that's just been such a beautiful part of this record. And I'm so grateful for all of the features. This is over the process is going to have a lot of features, and between now and later releases, I have so much up my sleeve with the album, which is so exciting. I have such a fresh new team. I love my manager. He's so incredible, Matt Graham. He's just become one of my bestest friends, but in the most healthy way. And I've never experienced this in my life with any manager. And so it's just been like this album has like a spark to it, and you just know that there's something special and that there's going to be a special outcome of this record, whatever that may be. And that's not saying something like an award that will be given to me. That there's like a different, bigger outcome of this record and what it will mean to people. I also think in 20 years from now, I really hope that this is a record that people say that they're inspired by and that they want to reference. That this is one of their favorite albums, that this is an album that changed their life, that this is an album that inspired them to get in the studio and not stop making pop music, but to go in the studio and pick up some instruments and like learn your musicality. And like, that's, I'm playing piano on this record. I'm playing tambo. I'm playing sub bass. I'm playing so many of the instruments. I also directed a lot of the drum pieces, a lot of the production. We kind of like co-produce in a way where it's Mike and PJ are collaborating as executive producers on this record, but like I'm also in there producing this record, and I don't care about any other outcome but what the music is and what the music stands for and what the music sounds like and what the listener gets out of that experience, and that it is an experience,
It is such an experience.
It is.
And I feel like all the influences and, like you said, people that are a part of this record, like it's so different, and it's so cool that it is. I don't know. It's just so cool.
Everyone who influenced the record is on it.
It's so sick.
I'm super excited for this year and this chapter.
I'm excited for you.
And I've never been like that before.
No, you really haven't.
I really haven't.
I think it's like you have a fresh team, you have a new record. Like it just feels like a kind of a new beginning. It really does. And I'm so happy that you have such a great team that you're excited about, because that's needed to happen for a very long time. What's one lyric from the new project that hits you the hardest, and is there a story behind it?
There are so many, but the one that's sticking out to me the most, I'll give 2. Love is a bottomless pit, and because of you, I'm falling forever in it.
Oof. That is good.
And I really, really love that line. And that's probably from my favorite song off the record. And then another one would be the place that you stand in seconds could suddenly slide. Love is a canyon and I'm holding on for dear life.
Oof.
I really like that line.
I love that line.
Yeah. These are all like from songs that really like, there are 3 main songs that like really inspired this entire record and took me to what this record was like supposed to be and sound like. And of course, don't put it all on me, but there's so many. I would say like I have, and this is something that I think is really special and maybe rare. It's never happened to me before, but on every single song, I have a line like that where I just feel like, wow, it's really like a layered statement. And
totally.
Like, I think it's universal to every single person. And I think that's just what cuts so deep about this record is like, it doesn't shy away from like these sayings that are put quite forward and quite upfront and kind of like, oh, I've never heard someone say it like that before.
I love that.
Hey guys, so we are back talking about the allll Restore Illumina Face Mask, which is one of my favorite skincare products ever. It's so easy to use, and it has 360 LED lights, which is like double the power of most any other mask, and it's dermatologist recommended. I love it because it's so easy to use 3 to 5 times a week for just 10 minutes each session. Super comfy, lightweight. It just stays on really well. And it's the easiest thing in the world to do for great skincare. And I just got their anti-eye aging cream and their calming facial spray. If you want to use these along with the mask just to kind of up your skincare routine, these are amazing products as well. And the great thing about allll Restore is they give a 12-month money-back guarantee, no questions asked. You just send your product back and they refund your money. So really, there is no reason not to get the allll Restore Illumina Face Mask. You guys will absolutely love it. So for a limited time only, our listeners are getting a huge discount on the allll Restore Illumina Face Mask when you use code Cyrus at allrestore.com. Head over to allrestore.com and use code Cyrus for our show's exclusive discounts on the allll Restore Illumina Face Mask. Please support our show, tell them we sent you, and love your best skin. Hey guys, so I love this company, Green Chef, because my goal for the summer is to be eating healthier. But for me to do that, it has to be easy. And Green Chef makes it so easy. They want you to spend less time in the kitchen. And so they have all these heat and eat meals that you can enjoy delicious, wholesome meals in just 3 minutes. Plus, they have 80 plus weekly options, which is so incredible because I'm kind of a picky eater. So whether it's a salad that's ready in 5 minutes or a smoothie like to fuel your day or one of their healthy meals with clean ingredients, it really does help you build healthy eating habits. So if that's something you'd like to try, head over to greenchef.com/50Cyrus and use the code 50Cyrus to get 50% off of your first month. And then it's 20% off for the next 2 months and free shipping. So that's 50Cyrus at greenchef.com/50Cyrus.
Do you feel like I've influenced your taste in music or style in any way, or have you fully rebelled?
I think I used to fully like we did not get on the same thing. Like I was into high-waisted jeans and like you were not into the high-waisted jeans. And I used to have a completely different style living under your roof. But I think I just learned like don't ask for your opinion if I don't want it.
That is so true.
Yeah. Like
honestly, yes.
Because I just kind of like
I wish everybody thought that because honestly, don't waste my time. If you're not going to listen and you want to do your own thing, do it.
Yeah. And like I think also like
true.
Learning that if you don't like something, that doesn't mean that it's wrong or like that it's a bad outfit.
Totally.
And I think I really used to actually, my mom used to really like, her opinion used to mean so much to me that it would throw me off completely. And then there would be like, I don't know what to wear. Like, especially thinking of like Grammys fittings that one, like, you know,
Totally.
back in 2020 or 2020, whenever the hell that was. Any fittings that I've ever had, it usually ended in a fight between me
Always.
and you, because like I would be so hooked on one look and you would say you liked the other one. And then I would get so thrown
Oh
off
my gosh,
and
so distraught.
anxious that we weren't on the same page, because then I thought what I wanted was terrible. And I admire my fiance's style so much that like I was kind of like that with him for a while.
Yeah.
And like he doesn't like hardware. And
He does not like
no.
hardware.
And so like I was picking out some boots the other day and they had buckles on them. And I was like, do you like them? He said no. And I was like, you know what? I have to separate the fact that you don't like hardware and that these have hardware on it. And I like them and I'm going to get them.
Think about me. How
You will not. When she was shopping and Pinks was there, she literally was whispering to me like going, it was really psycho.
I wanted him to like what I was getting.
She was like, I literally say, Mom, why are you whispering? Like, tell him you don't like it. Like, that's okay.
No,
Or-
I wanted him to tell me he liked it because what I liked, I wanted to get. But Pinks didn't like it. And I just respect him so much when it comes to fashion that I was like so distraught. Like, I just could not buy it. So now I know how you felt when I didn't like something, because I literally could not buy something if Pinks didn't like it. It was crazy.
You bought it and you have still never worn it.
I know. It's insane. Anyway, so yeah, I totally get that. But what about music influences? That's what the question was.
Oh.
Did I influence you by the things I listen to or no? Because, I mean, we listen to a lot of Chris Christopherson, and I feel like,
Yeah. I think like you and my dad and my brother Brazen, like were the family members that like taste in music resonated with mine the most.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you guys showed me like all of my favorite songs from whenever I was young.
Yeah.
But my connection with you in music is different. Like I think I have a stronger connection with like influenced music whenever it comes to like Brazen and you and Dad. But I mean like Dad's job was the music, right?
Totally.
So like my connection with you in music is the way that music influenced the way we feel
Yes.
and the way that it lifted our spirits and the way that we would dance and like make routines in the car. And like to me, my connection and I've never broke it down this way.
Yeah.
My connection to you and music is more of like a happy thing
Yeah.
and not so much like, oh, what did she inspire me with? It's more like Hollywood Girl,
Yes.
ABBA,
Totally.
like dancing and making our own dances.
Yeah.
Even whenever Miley used to have like, I remember my favorite Miley record, I mean, ever was going through her bangers. Her bangers like links that
Yes.
had all the songs, like the ones that didn't make it, the ones that did make
Totally.
it. And like we would play those songs till our ears were like
it was
bleeding.
crazy.
That was probably one of my most favorite eras of our music is going back and forth to the barn.
Totally.
And like playing, remember when she covered that Robin Thicke song before she went on the
Blurred
VMAs?
Lines. Yes.
No, Blurred Lines. And it was just like a cover that she had
Yes.
made. And it was so good. And we played that song over and over.
Constant.
And we played the song do 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 do. Woo, woo, woo,
Oh,
woo.
yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Is it get it right?
I don't know. Do 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 do.
Dancing with my.
It's not Get It Right. Oh.
I thought it was Get It
It's
Right.
the one that she was in the bed with the hand.
Yeah, Get It Right. Dancing with my panties on.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah.
No, we loved it and it was so much fun. But okay, well at least I inspired you a little bit. But I feel like we could also sit in the driveway and listen to some seriously sad songs.
We did.
Yeah, we drive 3 hours home from a horse show and still not get out of the car when we got home. It was
All
crazy.
the Chris Christopherson songs were songs that like you and my dad loved.
Loved.
And would like play them over and over. Like that one John Waite song, Missing You.
Oh my gosh, I do not know how many times I've heard
Missing
that.
You. I ain't missing you. I can lie to myself.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Love John Wayne.
Me too.
You're also a visual artist. How do you picture this album visually? Like if it were a color palette or a mood board, what would it look like?
A color palette would be very earth tones. I think we also play with like this like nostalgic like blue green, which was like this Twilight fantasy of mine, which was really cool. But I think a lot of the inspirations are from like Twilight, Snow White and the Huntsman. That's one of my favorite movies ever. I love Snow White and the Huntsman. Main inspiration is Legend of Zelda and Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker. Those are like major inspirations, like visually. So I think you would kind of be looking at like a video game movie type of thing. Like it's very fantasy. It's like this fantasy world that is still on Earth, but not really this fully developed place. Like you're not in a place of structure. You're in nature. It's you in the nature. This horse that represents Constantine, who was literally the best thing that you could have ever given me, was my best friend Constantine, my horse. He passed away whenever I was 16, and honoring him and even being on set, like filming these videos, like I feel so close to him being with this horse Moonstone.
I could not handle it. It made me cry.
I know.
Like when he's running and you're running, and I just could not take it. You all running toward each other for me was just like, you guys, even though he did pass away, that your connection and your spirits are together forever.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
are.
it's amazing.
Yeah. I think about like the day that I lost him all the time. And it's just like no loss like any other I've ever felt. And like I've lost family. I've lost both my grandmothers, and that was a pain that was so unimaginable for us. But like watching that 2,000 or not 2,000, probably 1,000 pound,
Probably like 1,400.
1,400 pound animal like on that table and die in my arms, like was such a traumatic experience for me that like I still grieve it like every day. And having him in this, and having this representation of him in the music videos is so healing for me. And it's the closest that I've felt to him since he left. And a theme in the album, especially within the title, is like this transition and like meeting others on the other side. And I think that Constantine's a really beautiful kind of mascot for that
Totally.
metaphor.
If someone listened to this project start to finish, what's the one thing you hope they feel at the end?
Peace.
Love that.
Yeah.
Because trust me, if you do not have peace and peace of mind, you have nothing.
You have nothing.
It's so true.
Nothing.
So is there anything else about the record you want to talk about, or?
Just how much you and my family inspired me.
Oh,
And I just had, whether it was some of the hardest times or some of the best times, like I truly have the best people to write about. And I think a misconception of this album will be that I am addressing certain people or addressing certain problems. And I'm really not. I'm just writing from the perspective of a child.
Love.
And that's it. I'm just writing from the perspective of a human.
Yeah.
And this isn't play into any headline you've read over the past 10 years. This is the experience of you. This is the experience of my neighbor. This is the experience of everyone in this room. This is the experience as a human. This is experience as a daughter. And like life just happens and shit just happens. And it doesn't tear your family apart.
No.
It doesn't.
No.
And like, just because there is hurt and pain there's not one of you watching this that has not felt hurt and pain
Totally.
from anyone, from any of the people in your life. It's my one place where I get to go and release that.
Yeah.
So it's not any big thing.
No.
I'm coming from a place of like
Universal feelings.
universal feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And just whatever, I guess, God tells me my purpose is as a songwriter. And that's to be honest and talk about hard things.
Yeah.
And to me, love is really hard.
It is.
And love is the hardest thing that I think we have to kind of conquer within ourselves, is like, how do we keep our self-control when we're in love? How do we like, there's so many things. So
yeah.
deep.
Very deep. I mean, the record's very deep. But that's what makes it so good.
Thank you,
I
Mom.
love it so much.
Thank you.
Okay, well, that was so good walking through the music.
I wish I had questions for you.
Do you want to think of one?
Yeah.
You could read our Dear MPs or our How Does On questions.
Oh. This is from Brooke. I'm adopted too. When did your parents tell you and how did you handle the news?
It's so crazy. I was so young when they told me. And I mean, like young, like probably like 4 years old, which is so crazy, it seems like. But I just remember that my mom telling me how desperately they wanted me. And that, even being so young, she said, she told me that she couldn't have kids on her own. Like she just like her body, that couldn't happen. And that she just wanted someone to take care of and love so desperately. And that the moment she laid eyes on me, like it just was her entire world and life. And
that was your mommy.
That was my mommy. And like, I just remember like through the years, like of that development of like 4 years old and whatever, like the nonstop of her just always telling me how precious I was to her and how desperately I was wanted by her and my dad. And how sometimes that wasn't the case when people had babies, and I just took it so well. Like I never really ever thought of it as a negative. Like how whatever mom did to make me feel so special and so loved, that was just never anything that ever crossed my mind of being unwanted or, it was just always.
You're so blessed for that.
It was such a positive thing in my life. I was really, really blessed. And maybe telling me super young, it was just never a thing, that made me sad or.
Because it was never a secret.
It was, it wasn't this big secret that was revealed later in life.
Secrets are no fun.
Yeah.
Secrets hurt someone.
It's so true. And it just never was a secret. So it was great. It was just like I just was so loved by my mom and dad. It was crazy.
You really were.
I mean, worshipped, literally worshipped. Like my mom, I talked. I know. Hi, ma'am. Ma'am Jam. I mean, she was everything.
Everything.
She truly was.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited. I just got my box from Mixed Tiles. They are so cool and the quality is insane. You literally go to Mixed Tiles and you upload pictures from your phone or your computer. You can literally pick how many frames you want. They have packages or you can do singles. You pick your photo and then you can pick your frame color and the size. And if I can do it, anyone can do it. It's so easy to use. The best part is their peel and stick to put on the wall, and it uses magnets. So you can actually re-stick them and reuse them a few times. And the greatest part is there's no damage to your wall at all. So if you want to rearrange your pictures, switch them in and out, Mixed Tiles makes it so easy. And the best thing is I literally cannot believe the quality. The quality of these photos is actually insane. And I did my wedding photos because I hadn't even printed them out yet. I was so overwhelmed. And so when I did this with Mixed Tiles, it was truly the easiest thing I've ever done. And they're here framed, ready to hang. So you guys, you got to try these out. They can make any room look so amazing. So turn all your favorite memories into stunning, affordable wall art. For a limited time, our listeners get 35% off on all orders above $139. Just head to mixtiles.com and use the code Cyrus and you're all set. That's code Cyrus at mixtiles.com. And after you buy, do us a favor. When they ask when you heard about Mixed Tiles, tell them it's from our show.
Okay, do you want to ask me anything else?
Aaron wants to know, what's it like being the most sickening mother?
It's pretty good, honestly. If I'm the most sickening mother, honestly, then my life's purpose has been fulfilled. Because honestly, that's all I want to be remembered by.
I have a question.
Okay.
What was your dream at 20 years old? Because you worked so hard to give us our dreams. What was your dream? Did you ever get to make your dream?
Yeah, kind of.
What was it?
You know what? Okay.
Did you not have a dream?
When I was,
She's the type to not have a dream.
I actually didn't it wasn't like a dream, but I always just like looked at all the 80s girls and all I just wanted to be
Mom. I just asked you a really nice, sincere question. Wait, wasn't your dream to be like a dancer or something?
I mean, yeah, in music videos.
No, we have to keep this in.
I truly wanted to be Bobby Brown in My Cherry Pie. That was my freaking dream. Or Tawny Katane.
Oh my God. No, that part was too good. But I asked her such a serious question.
I mean, honestly, you asked me when I was 20. And when I was 20, I literally wanted to be an 80s video heartthrob, an 80s video vixen. That's what I wanted to be.
Oh my God.
I really did, Noah. I don't know. That was my dream.
Oh my God.
I feel like I've kind of got to live it too.
When?
I don't know. In my mind.
What?
Me and you dancing on TikTok. I'm like, get your life, girl.
What about the Achy Breaky music video?
I loved doing that. I just realized I did live my dream. No, I'm not kidding. I never thought about that. I was the achy breaky girl.
You were the achy breaky girl.
Holy crap. Okay, let me be more serious now. Seriously, you asked me that about my dream. Truly, my dream probably from the time I was 19 had to do with music. You know the story about Mike Murphy. He was a musician in my hometown. He actually did have a song that charted in the 70s called Appalachian Lady. I went to see
Appalachian Lady,
sing me a song. I get off on a natural high and we leave the whole world alone. Don't tell me that you love me, just love me tonight. Tomorrow I'll be on my way and everything will be all right. Let me hold. Anyway, so I went to see Mike Murphy at this very little bar called the Alibi. His music was like your music. It was so raw and so real and so every emotion. My dad was dying and his music touched my soul, in a way, I did not know that could happen. And music became everything to me, truly. And so now when I see my kids, if they always say, if you go back and talk to your younger self, if somebody would have said, your kids are going to be the most well-known, artist and true artist, and Noah's gonna do this, and that's something I couldn't even dream of.
I know.
And then to watch you guys actually do this is that's why I said being your all's mom. It is every dream I've ever wanted is coming true through you guys.
I know. And Brazen's becoming this incredible Nashville songwriter.
I mean, him writing your single
and he has so much music. He's been writing and working on so much stuff, and that's just so crazy that now Brazen is really making it happen in music, and Trey sold millions of records by the time that I was
Millions.
10 years old.
And Brandy, like seriously, opening for Kenny Chesney at the Sphere.
I know.
Every single one of my children are making all my dreams come true. It's really crazy, and I'm so beyond blessed that, like, because music was always so important to me, that this has become my life. Thank you for making me sit in here and realize that, really, truly. Like, it's pretty crazy.
And that you were a video girl.
And that I was a video vixen.
Vixen.
Ah! I'm going to get a new tattoo that says video vixen.
No, you're fucking not. Kelsey wants to know, if we could switch lives on Freaky Friday, what would you do first?
Oh, I know. Get on a horse and run.
Okay.
I'm so scared. No, I'm so scared of riding horses. But I feel like when I see you on a horse, like galloping, it looks like the most free, like.
But would you have my brain? I'd wonder if you still want to do it. I would organize my closet.
It would be so good.
It would be really good.
It would be really good.
What surprised you most about watching Noah grow into this stage of life?
Growing up, like, in a famous family, and then, your sister being famous, and then you guys really, it was hard to find like really close, good friends. And I think you guys did depend on me so much, to a point that I think we were all very codependent. And I think watching you specifically grow into the person who's sitting beside me right now, because I look at you like you've just grown into such an independent woman. Like, it really is insane to watch.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like I'm still way more, I have so much more where I feel so much more dependent, like, in some way on you than almost you do on me. Like,
no.
I don't know. I'm just very, like, I'm just proud of you because you are so strong and so independent. And it's like crazy to see you at 25 being so strong and independent and on your own. And like, I could not be more proud. It's amazing.
Thank you, Mama.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
Tish, what do you wish you could go back and tell your 20-something self?
That my kids were going to be friggin' like killing the music business.
Okay, or would you have told her you were going to be a music video girl?
I would have told her all these things because, and I would also, I was so insecure, like, truly. I was like, you probably got some of that for me.
Izzy also wants to know, what did you guys feel like was the hardest thing about being in your 20s? I'm still in my 20s. I'm 25, but my early 20s was very uncomfortable. I really didn't like my early 20s. I would go back and relive those if I could.
Really?
Yeah. What did you guys feel like was the hardest thing? I guess, like, not loving myself.
Yeah, me
and
too.
being really uncomfortable with myself, and like not being happy during that time, because I really wish that I wish that when I was 40 and I look back on my 20s, like, I think from the time I met my partner forward, I'll have a really nice memory of that. But before, like, I wish that I had like better memories as like a 22-year-old or like a 21-year-old.
Yeah.
Just more positive memories, because I was in such a dark place.
Yeah. I was just really insecure about everything.
Me
and
too.
like always was seeking approval from others. And I think
Me too.
now that I'm older, that's one thing I don't do,
Yeah.
which is so liberating.
No, you don't.
No.
We don't do that.
No, we do not.
Can Tish share her birth stories and any tips? About to have my second one and would love to hear. That's from Jack.
Like, my birthing stories are boring because they were so easy. Like, truly. Like, I literally, like, I never had an issue ever. I would check into the hospital. They would induce my labor. I'd have a baby in a few hours, and that was about it. Like, honestly, I hear so many people saying, like, how, like, labor was for 2 days and, like, really hard for them. Like, it just was not hard for me.
Good for you.
It was just so easy. I don't know.
Sam wants to know if you can say tsunami.
Tsunami.
What about Buddhism?
Buddhism.
What about Popper? No.
Popper, no.
You did Buddhism and tsunami really good.
Buddhism.
Popper, no.
No.
You are not going to live in Taiwan? She does say Taiwan, right?
Yeah.
And they're like not in Taiwan.
No.
Yeah.
It's so good. And she goes, what?
Yeah.
And she goes, you are not a Buddhist. And she's like,
Popper, no.
she
You
goes-
are not going to live in Taiwan.
I love it when she goes, Mom, yes, I am.
She's like, what? Taiwan.
It's too good. I do have that down because, you know, she plays a Southerner.
Popper, no.
She's my favorite. I forgot my Lorenza pant. Like, how am I going to sleep?
Amber, just that you're asking this question, you're a freaking good mom. Amber wants to know, how do you know if you're a good mom? I constantly question if I'm a good mom or not.
I think we all question that and all like put like so much judgment on ourselves, like when we're parenting, and especially like looking back on like when you are so in the moment, especially when you have 5 kids, like you're so in the moment, you're just surviving. And like, you know, you're just like getting through every day, like the best that you can, especially when like, if you're a single parent, like your dad was on the road so much. And, you know, I mean, it is tough. But for me, honestly, I say all the time, and some people are not going to like this. I truly feel if I would have been smoking pot when I had kids, that I would have just been more chilled out and enjoyed the moment so much more. Like looking back, like
You were stressed.
I was stressed.
You were stressed.
I mean, moving to California and like dealing with school and homeschool and sets, and you know, it was a lot. It was a lot. But I think if you can like step back, and now I've learned to step back and look at a bigger picture instead of just being so in the moment. I've chilled out so much. Like so much. But I mean, it's tough out there when your kids are small, and especially like with my mom, I was the only child, so I'm sure that made it a little easier. But especially when you have a big family, like it is really, really rough. And I think you just have to, I've even said to my kids, you know, like you do the best that you can. And
Do the best you can do, and then you do some more.
you do the best you can do and do some more. And honestly, I think another thing I've learned is just like be kind to yourself.
You didn't tell her if she's a good mom or not.
Oh, did she ask if
Oh,
she's
well,
a good mom?
Well, kinda.
Oh,
But you just said you just are living in the moment. So you don't need.
But I think, like you said,
what
and
makes a good mom?
always coming from a place of love. Like no matter what, if you're coming from a place of love, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. Let's do one high design question to wrap this party
What's
up.
that?
So high design is
High
the
design.
stoners will write in and ask me interior design questions. This is from Marin Jones. Hi, ladies. I'm a huge fan of the Cyrus fam and the podcast and love hearing all the design tips you all share. We just moved into a new build and I'm wanting to add some color in my living room. I'd love some of your ideas to make this part of the room stand out. Also need a dining table, chairs, and have no idea what would look best. So any ideas for that part of the room would be amazing. Okay, I'm looking right now, and this room is everything I love. I love your hardwood. Love her hardwood floors. Amazing color hardwood. I love a honey colored hardwood. And I always love a neutral couch. So when my eye first goes to this, the first thing I would say, and I see you have a puppy, and so sometimes actually I just took all my rugs up. But for me, I think the first thing would be to put in a really nice rug and I don't think it has to be like colorful. Like
They want color.
it could be colorful. And Rugs USA, always having sales, has every style you can imagine. Noah has a rug I'm obsessed with, and It has like almost like an army green and a khaki and a cream colored. And it is so much texture. And even though it's not a lot of color, it still just adds so much to that room. And Noah's couch is very much this color. And it looks so good. But I would say a rug and throw pillows. I think throw pillows that have color. I always think that doing color is best to do like in your art or on pillows, things that if you get tired of it, that you can change it out easily. So for me, it would definitely be a rug, some throw pillows, and you know how I feel about plants. I just feel like you have a huge window, so plants would work really great in this room. And I think plants just bring so much life to a room.
That was great advice.
Yeah, a rug, throw pillows, maybe some art with some color, and a plant, and you are killing it. So I think that's the best way to go. And I always love, like, again, just, go on Wayfair. I feel like you can get really great deals on Wayfair, and it's so easy to find a dining room table on there. And I think like your palette is just so clean right now that you can kind of go with whatever you love will do. I love things to be very eclectic. So it doesn't have to be one style, the whole house. I have such a mix of styles in my house. And I think that's what makes it interesting. So I think you could go any way you want on the dining room. Is that good advice?
My house is all beige. I'm not going to give
Mine is too.
I'm not going to give you any style
But I will
advice.
say mine, because I need to do a home tour. People keep asking because I have a lot of 80s rockers art in my house from the Morrison Hotel Gallery. And I feel like the 80s was a lot of color. So even though my house is neutral, my art has quite a bit of color in it, but everything else is pretty neutral. So pops of color with throw pillows, rugs, art, and keep everything else neutral. And then you can switch it up.
Good advice.
Great advice. Noe, this has been so fun.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
Oh.
And you have to go get your hair done.
I know. I got to go to Pilates.
Oh, goodness.
Mm-hmm. I have not done it once this week.
Are you serious?
So I need to go.
Okay. Well, guys, stoners, we love you. Noe, thank you.
Thank you. I love you.
And I love you too.
Thank you, stoners. We love you. Thank you for watching. We want to shout out Matrix Studios and also Sueños Social Club. They're incredible. They've been doing all of your sound, video, camera work.
Yep.
Matrix is here behind the camera. He's awesome. So hit up him and his wife. You can check his Instagram out. All the rest.
Sueños Social Club.
You know what to do. Mom,
Okay.
that was great.
Wasn't that fun?
That was so fun. And whenever you're ready to fire Brandy,
okay.
I'm ready to take her place.
I love this. I'm so glad you had fun.
We should do like a show on who wins the podcast.
Cyrus versus Cyrus.
Mom loves like a Cyrus versus something.
I
or like
know.
a sorry. You love to make a play on with our word. I'd like to make a play on word with our last name.
I know, it's so good.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Send your questions in, stoners. Don't forget your Dear MTs at sorrywe'recyrus@gmail.com. Love ya. Bye.
This podcast has been brought to you by Podcast Nation and Hopetown Entertainment.